Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Cincinnati Reds vs Philadelphia Phillies, Baltimore Orioles vs Boston Red Sox, Atlanta Braves vs Washington Nationals, Chicago Cubs vs Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay Rays vs Minnesota Twins, Los Angeles Dodgers vs New York Mets, and Oakland Athletics vs Texas Rangers, which are happening on Saturday, August 14, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, over and under predictions on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Cincinnati Reds vs Philadelphia Phillies. Cincinnati is averaging 5.05 runs per game. Their .253 batting average is 5th in the league. Their .335 on-base percentage is 3rd, while their .433 slugging percentage is 5th. Nick Castellanos leads Cincinnati with a .319 batting average, while Joey Votto leads the team with 25 home runs and 72 RBI. Cincinnati's pitching isn't very good. Opponents have a .243 batting average, which is 16th in the league. Right fielder Bryce Harper has inserted himself into the NL MVP conversation after blasting 4 home runs during the 8-game winning streak. He has 98 hits, including 21 homers this season. First baseman Rhys Hoskins has added 93 hits and has a team-high 24 home runs. They will be facing a Cincinnati pitching staff that is number 19 with a team ERA of 4.48. Philadelphia has 3 starting pitchers on the injured list, so it is not announced a starter for this game. It will likely be a bullpen day that begins with a long relief pitcher. My betting advice for that game is to pick over 9.5. Baltimore Orioles vs Boston Red Sox. While the Orioles' pitching staff has been awful this season, the offense has also struggled this season, scoring only 4.14 runs per game. Cedric Mullins has 20 home runs, a .319 batting average, a .385 on-base percentage, and a .548 slugging percentage, while Trey Mancini and Austin Hayes have combined for 31 home runs this season, but the rest of the lineup has struggled. Only 5 batters in the active lineup have 10 home runs or more, and only 3 batters have an OPS plus of 100 or higher in the active batting order, indicating that the back half of the lineup has been the downfall of the team this season. Rafael Devers has destroyed the O's pitching this season, bashing 5 bombs along with 14 RBIs in only 32 at-bats. The 24-year-old star only has 2 RBIs so far this month and is up to 28 big flies accompanied by 85 RBIs and a .928 OPS on the year. Boston stands 8th in the major leagues with 4.92 runs on the year. They enter with a 4.37 team ERA, landing them 16th overall. My betting advice for that game is to pick over 10. Atlanta Braves vs Washington Nationals. Patrick Corbin is on the hill for the Nationals as he logs his 23rd start of the season in this one. He comes in 6-11 with a 5.83 ERA, a 1.418 WHIP, 39 walks, 95 strikeouts, and an NL high 27 homers in 122 innings of work. Corbin took the loss in his last start, which came Sunday on the road against the Braves. He threw 6 innings, allowing 5 runs on 5 hits with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in a game Washington dropped 5-4. At home this year, Corbin is 5-5 with a 5.34 ERA, a 1.406 WHIP, 20 walks and 54 strikeouts over 64 innings in 11 starts. Corbin makes his 17th career appearance and 15th start against the Braves in this contest. He comes in 6-6 with a 3.06 ERA, a 1.313 WHIP, 35 walks and 90 strikeouts over 88.1 innings of work against them. Corbin is 14-10 with a 3.56 ERA, a 1.21 WHIP, 63 walks and 232 strikeouts over 222.1 innings in 36 career starts at Nationals Park. My betting advice for that game is to pick over 9. Chicago Cubs vs Miami Marlins. Zach Davies, 6-9 5.26 ERA 1.57 whip, will try to help the Cubs end their bleeding taking the hill in this game, and in his last start he was lit up for 7 runs on 7 hits, including 3 HR, in only 2 innings in a 9-3 loss to the Chicago White Sox. Chicago has lost his last 4 starts, and in his last 2 he gave up 7 runs in each, where he only totaled 6 innings. This is Davies' first start of the season facing the Marlins. My betting advice for that game is to pick over. Tampa Bay Rays vs Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins are considered to be a good offensive team, as they are 10th in the majors with a .741 OPS this season. A big impact for the team is the ability to hit the long ball, as they are only trailing the San Francisco Giants and Toronto Blue Jays, with 163 total home runs this season. After trading away designated hitter Nelson Cruz and dealing with a Byron Buxton injury, the team is still averaging 3.8 runs per game in August. Second baseman Jorge Polanco has been swinging a great bat as he has an .828 OPS with 21 home runs and 62 RBI. If the Twins can continue to hit well with a lot of power, it will really help the Twins during the final 2 months of the season. The Rays could go with Michael Wacha after an opener. Wacha's troubles resumed last time out, giving up 5 runs on 10 hits in 5 innings against the Orioles, and was bailed out by the offense in a game the Rays won. The veteran right-hander has been clobbered in back-to-back starts and enters with a poor 5.49 ERA and a 1.44 whip to go with a 2-2 record in 80.1 innings on the season. Wacha allowed 2 runs in 6.1 innings in his only career meeting against Minnesota. Austin Meadows doesn't get the hype as the big-name stars such as Ohtani and Vladdy, but has 21 big flies and a remarkable 77 RBIs, accompanied by a .788 OPS on the season. The 26-year-old DH has cooled off a bit lately, driving in only 1 run this month. Tampa Bay is scoring an average of 5.17 runs on the year, good for 4th in the big leagues. The pitching staff has filed a 3.76 team ERA, placing them 10th overall. My betting advice for that game is to pick over. Los Angeles Dodgers vs New York Mets. The Dodgers have held their own at the plate as well. Los Angeles has the 10th best team batting average at .246, the 8th best slugging percentage at .423, and Los Angeles has scored the 2nd most runs with 597. On Saturday, the Mets will start Taijuan Walker, who is 7-7 with a 3.89 ERA and 1.21 whip in 21 starts. At Citi Field, Walker is 4-2 with a 3.25 ERA in 10 starts this year. My betting advice for that game is to pick Los Angeles Angels -1.5. Oakland Athletics vs Texas Rangers. No one is beating the A's when they're as locked in offensively as they were on Thursday. In professional wrestling terms, they beat Cleveland from pillar to post for a 17-0 victory. The defensive struggles for the Rangers have been a headache for the team, but surprisingly, they have actually been decent at home, with the pitching rotation throwing a 3.93 ERA. It's a significant upgrade over the 5.49 they're throwing on the road. So the hits may not come as easy for the A's. But Oakland is always ready for a defensive fight. Not only does their bullpen have the 7th best ERA in the league, James Kaprielian is already coming off a win over the Rangers. The 27-year-old righty held Texas to only 2 earned runs in 6 innings. Will he have a sequel up his sleeve on Saturday? My betting advice for that game is to pick under 9.